Hello and welcome to my channel. I have glitters. Lots and lots of beautiful glitters. This is the resin I use. It's iModja. I get it off Amazon. I think I paid £50 for 2 bottles of 64 ounces. Let me just check that one. I think it's 64 ounces in each bottle. Yes, it is. Woohoo, get me. I remembered something. And it's pretty decent stuff. You will, however, have to ignore it today because I have a really, really cold living room today. And all I got was bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles on bubbles. You'll see the resin. I'm going to use my double head mixer from Resiners, and it's going to be slowly turned up to warp speed. But because I haven't heated my resin and I haven't done it slowly, there is lots of bubbles. But I am using glitter, so I'm not worried about bubbles because the introducing glitter will just create bubbles anyway. And this stuff's pretty good to degas itself anyway. I've just said anyway twice. I do apologise. And this is to say thank you to my members for supporting me. You are all fantastic human beings. And to those who subscribe, watch to the end, which is the most important thing. That's what we all need. My likers and my commenters, you are also wonderful and for supporting me too. I appreciate you all hugely, especially right now. Again, life sucks. Anyway, you can see how thick this resin is, and it's only because it's cold. And I mean, it is really cold. I'm wearing my Grinch. I have to wear my Grinch. It's cheaper than putting the heating on. And I like Grinch, so there. And I don't know why I put it into 2 separate cups. That was just ridiculous. Right now it's on the dual head mixer. I did have 2 shots going so you could actually see that happening, but it didn't work. I've lost the angle again. You know when you get something right and you think, I'll do that again. Well, I decided to shift things again, didn't I? So now it's lost. This is going to be my whatever's left mould. Now, both these moulds came from Tracy. And this light I've had, several years. I used to make little wreaths, and they actually sold quite well, actually. I don't know why I don't still do them. And I bought cheap lights from just about everywhere I could find them. So I have got a little stash of lights. I was going to use a little box light, but I knew that was not going to be enough. So what I'm doing today is pumpkins. See, look, absolutely full of bubbles, but I'm not worried. I'm going to separate it into all these cups. Now, I'm going to do each one a different colour, but one of them will be the leftovers from all the other cups. I have guesstimated how much resin I'd need. And oh my god, it worked! I had just enough for all of those. It was a miracle. I have never used this mould before, so I have no idea how much it's supposed to have. And I just poured my resin in thinking, yeah, that'll do. And I think I used 6 ounces. I think. Yeah, because I did 3 and 3. So yeah, 6 ounces. Or was it 6 mils? 600 mils. So it's 6 ounces. Do you know, if I had a brain, I would be dangerous. I'm just going to look at the cup now. And it is, let's see. Yes, 6 US fluid ounces, apparently. Which one's the UK then? I don't know. But these are US cups, so We'll go with 3 ounces of US. Now these glitters, they're from Temu, but they are gorgeous. I think a couple of them are from April, Dragons and Dresses. Actually, one of them's not out that she sent me. And I think she sent me a black and a red and a green, I think. And there's also a holographic one, but that one I didn't use today. But the others I got myself because they are gorgeous. And they're cheap. And they're pretty. I mean, look at those purples. Oh my God. And the black. Oh, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but black. Love it. It's gorgeous. Look at it. I mean, I'll show you me mixing them all, and I'll show you me pouring the stick, just so you could see how pretty they are. Now, I've already wound my wires, and hindsight is a fantastic thing. I wound them too tight. I made it very hard work for myself. Very hard work. And look at that red and that gold. Oh, just nice. I don't usually like my pretty stuff. Well, no, I'll say this again. Right. I don't usually use my pretty stuff because I like them and they're pretty. And I didn't put glue in because, well, I can't stand that texture. Just thinking about it makes me want to be physically ill. So there was enough glitter in it for not too much sinkage, and they're not that big. Now, I do try, you see me Grinch, I do try to stick this with UV to the side of the mould. Guess what didn't work? Yeah, that. UVing it to the side did not work, because every time I went to the next one to do it, the other one would pop off. Did that stop me? I kept on trying until I gave up, and then just shoved them all in and then went for it, which also was not a great idea. Again, not used this mold before. Also, not used lights other than in a straight line before. So this was tricky, extremely tricky. And the reason I do a voiceover, because there were lots and lots of wordy words. The air was very, very blue. There were lots of F's and Jeffs and oh my films. So yeah, that was definitely a voiceover time. I mean, no one needed to hear the air get so thick. So yeah, voiceover, most definite. Now, I have no idea which one I'm putting into which one. With the glitters, I'm just chucking whatever comes into my hand first. There is no no rhyme or reason, and no right or wrong. Except for the blooming lights are wrong. And they do work. I check them. I also check them after I've faffed with them. I mean, look, they work perfectly. And I forgot you had to actually hold the button down to switch it off. But they are a really nice set of lights. I'm beginning to wish I hadn't put them in there and used something else. Now, you will see these all done, but in the photos there's going to be a little extra bit to them. To a couple of them anyway, because, well, I had to cute them up a bit more. Because, again, I like tacky cute. I love tacky cute. I can't help it. Halloween is my happy place. My house is decked with creepy, cute, creepy, Grinch, creepy, more creepy, and cute. So yeah, this is my definite happy place. So now I thought, ooh, to hold these down, I'll just put some moulds on top. Now, when you start putting weight onto this mould, it starts getting very wibbly wobbly, and it's not very stable at the best of times. So yeah, this was a bit tricky too. I thought I shove that bottle there, that'll stop it from falling over. It does, yeah, but I do have to move this at some point, and I also need to put on lots of moulds to keep down the actual lights because they float. So yeah, that's the one I'm putting all the colours in, and I will admit I quite like that one. I don't like it the most. I mean, there are a couple that I really like, but that one, yeah, I think it turned out really quite nice having all the mix of glitters. And if I'd have thought on, I'd have only put, I don't know, half in, let it cure, then squished the lights in a bit more, but I don't know. I just wanted to get it done because I wanted to see what they'd look like with lights on. But you can see every time I press one light down, the one next to it goes up. So it was a bit of a pain in the bum. So I looked for all of my chocolate moulds. I think they're called chocolate moulds. They're the really fine detailed ones. I've noticed they're a lot heavier. Even the smaller ones are heavier than the other moulds because it's more a denser silicone. So they work to treat to hold everything down. But obviously there is going to be some overspill. There's going to be a lot of trimming, and there is also going to have to be a trick to hide the fact half of it's, well, not half of it, but some of it's missing. So I have 3 more to fill. But you can see every time I press, it jiggles everything else. And then you let go and voila, it pops back up again. So yes, I was swearing a lot at this. My mouth was very potty wise, and I also didn't wait till they cured very well. I kind of got impatient, so a couple of them have got like a little bit missing on the heads or the face, but I think it kind of adds to it. Yes, I'm impatient. It was my fault completely, nothing to do with the resin, it was just me. I can't wait. But it did cure quite fast, how cold it was. I'd started them around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. There was like half cured by 8 o'clock. And then they were, well, demoldable not long after that. And I'd put some UV on top, which is what I'll show you. And that's how I kind of get around the fact that it's, yeah, got some missing. Because by this point, I had actually put all my glitters away. But at this point here, they're still a bit soft and squishy. And what I've done is I've rolled over some of the overspill, and then squished it down so it stays on the actual ghost. And then I'm going to fill each one with UV, a couple of coats each time, make it a thin coat, and then cure it, and hopefully fill it up back to the top. I mean, a couple of them are already there, but because it's slanted as it's been curing, because the actual ghosts are not level, they kind of bow and wiggle around. Really struggle with that one. I cheated there and just left the light on top, not realising I was actually sticking it to the actual UV, because that's me. So because that one's covering that one, it won't cure this one until you move light. some of it I did have to sort of like fill in little spaces. You can see I keep shifting it just to try and level it out. It's definitely a wibbly wobbly. Yeah, I got resin on there. I wiped it off straight away. And I'm only using this light just to tack it down, and then I'll put it under my big light later to finish off the curing. But I do like the colours. They're very pretty. I'm trying very carefully not to catch the lights, because the last thing you need is to break the lights as you're going. And I did think I'd actually broken them at one point. This is when I was coming to tidy it up. I used my clippers. I'll show you my clippers. So here I can feel there's a slight tack at the tops, very tops, and I'm trying to be really careful not to touch the ones that are tacky, because not all of them are tacky. It's only the odd one or two, but you probably see it. I mean, they come out really nice. I mean, the actual mould itself looks really rude when you pop it that way, but hey ho. That's just me, and I bet half of you and all. But they are pretty. I like them. You can see I just rubbed my fingers there because it felt a little bit too tacky. So I am trying to straighten them up, because this wire is thick now in between each one. I just want to make sure they're still working. And look, they do. Each one works. I was so chuffed. I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm trying to turn them over so you can actually see. And then I realised, oh, they've got faces. On the red one, you can see at the bottom, there's a little bit missing. It looks like it's missing because it's shiny, because these are in a matte mould. I didn't know that until Nikki did them. And I just caught camera. I'm really sorry. But these lights, you can change them about 7 different ways. And then I realised they've got faces. I need to do the faces. Now, I try silver, but I didn't like it. It didn't stand out enough. So I was thinking, do I put them all in a circle so they're all facing each other? Or what? I don't know what to do with them. They're just pretty. I mean, they're still sat on my desk now, just looking all pretty. And like, you can see that they cycle through. So now I'm just trying to find my silver pen. I don't like the silver pen. I can't find my chrome pen. I'm sure I've got a chrome pen somewhere. But can I find it? Can I heck? And yeah, it's got to be in one of my pencil pots. I just have too many pencil pots. No, I don't have too many pencil pots. How can you have too many pencil pots? Pens are like, people say glitter is life. No, pens are life. Pens and notepads. Now, with the black pen, it stands out so much more. And I'm going to say it again. I love these pens. Artex, if you're listening, send me more. I love them. I can't keep taking them off Tracy. These are gorgeous pens. And I struggled to actually see where the holes were. But you know, if I'd actually used my brains and switched the lights off, I might have seen them a bit better. But that's not me, is it? Why do things the easy way when you can do them the hard way? So I'm going to finish off putting these features on, and then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to find little bits and bobs to stick to them, to make them cuter and more tacky, because not tacky as in sticky, but tacky as in not posh. But I love them. I think they've turned out really sweet. I'm calling them boobs. They are my boobs. Lights. You know, bulbs. Bulbs. No, boobs. Or boobs. So there we go. They're all done. Take some photos and I'm going to show them at the end. Please stick around to watch because I think they're cute. And thank you for being here and supporting me in doing these videos. I think you're all awesome human beings. But yeah, they flash, they work, they are pretty, and they are sparkly. I love them. So yeah, I shall see you all in the next one. That's the flippers I'm going to just tidy them up with. Oh, and I do put a bit of gold around the bottom, which actually I think that makes it look good. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Beauty flowing like a gentle